we should be good. What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well and good, having a good night. We are here with one of my clients, Chris. Chris, what is going on? How are you?
Hey guys, great, Danny. How about you?
I am doing good. I'm doing good. I'm very excited to have you here. We're going to be talking a little bit about Chris's story, and I know it can relate to a lot of you guys that do watch my page. You're kind of maybe struggling right now with health and fitness, and Chris was in a very similar situation, hovering, over 200 pounds, was kind of struggling, lower on energy. He's going to talk more about that. And we got him in the program. We helped him out, and he's been losing weight. He's feeling good, and we're gonna go over kind of some things that helped him. And we're here to inspire. We're here to help. So we'll kind of dive into it. Chris, that cool with you? Oh, can you
Danny,
hear me?
sorry, this is cutting out like I could, but it was like cutting out quite a bit. So I'm not sure if you asked me something. So if you did, can you just ask again?
No worries, no worries, no worries. Yeah, I was just kind of talking about how we're gonna get into like your story, and we'll kind of go from there. Is that all right?
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. If I kind of cut in and out, just let me know, Chris.
Okay, I will. I'll cut you
Okay.
off.
All right, sounds good. Please do. First, let's talk about, just more about you, how old you are, where you're from, what you do for work, a little bit more, about Chris, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, sure, of course. So yeah, I'm Chris. I'm 39 years old. I'll be 40 in June. I'm a New Englander through and through, born and raised in Connecticut. I've been here all my life. Around quite a bit around the state, but currently in Colchester, Connecticut with my husband. And for work, I work for a very large financial institution in Hartford. I just celebrated 18 years last month.
Let's go.
Crazy. Time flies, but happy to be here. So thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you, dude. No, yeah, I think I feel like a lot of guys can kind of, relate. Can you hear me, by the way? All good? Okay, perfect. With your demanding job and kind of your hours, demanding work schedule, especially during this time of year, it can become tough and frustrating for a lot of guys kind of in your situation. So, let's kind of talk about, where you were before the program. You had some struggles. So what were you kind of dealing with in terms of biggest obstacles for you before we, had a program in place and we were kind of helping you out? Like, what were the biggest things that were struggles for you?
So I'd say, my biggest struggle over the years has been consistency. I've always been pretty active, but as far as remaining active and holding myself accountable or having somebody else hold me accountable, I've sort of skipped around a lot. I'm a victim of like yo-yo diets and cleanses and done it all. I've, cut carbs, cut fats, thought carbs were the enemy, starve, all those things. But physically, I was always pretty on point. Like I've worked out at many gyms, many different, had many different trainers in the past, worked out with groups, worked out with small groups, worked out personal training one-on-one. But I never could really get a handle on my diet and macro counting, which I didn't even know what that was. It always seems so like sciencey and way too complicated, and nobody was ever really able to explain it to me. And research I was not successful there. So my biggest struggles really were, weight fluctuations have been constant throughout my life. I've been anywhere from 150 pounds up to 225. Over the course of, in my 20s and 30s. So consistency and keeping and maintaining a weight, like a go weight, I guess, has been certainly my biggest struggle in the past, 5 or 10 years.
No, I appreciate you sharing that, Chris. And like, I feel like a lot of guys can definitely relate to that in terms of the yo-yo dieting, trying all the things before, right? And really struggling and kind of being like on and off with their fitness journey, losing weight, putting it back on. That was kind of a big struggle for you. So just overall, like in your life, even with just energy, confidence, career, like how was those struggles of weight being up, then it's down, inconsistent? How was that kind of negatively impacting you?
Well, certainly negatively impacted my confidence. Weight fluctuations for me at least lead to confidence issues and negative self-talk and,
Mm-hmm.
upset things like number on the scale and things like that, which I do not do anymore. The more you learn and the more you research, the more you realize that your scale is going to fluctuate every day. I mean, it's going to go up and down depending on whatever, I don't know, water intake or whatever, what you ate the night before. So, confidence and let's like call a spade a spade. Like if you look better, I mean, if you feel better and you're stronger and you're going to feel better. Like you're going to exude confidence more if you're looking and feeling stronger um, and leaner. So yeah, I mean, certainly my confidence was key for me. That was huge,
Love it, Chris. No,
and it's gone
100%.
up quite a bit.
Let's go. Yes, yes, for sure. I mean, that difference of 215 pounds to 184, it's not even just that number. It's like you don't have the excess weight that was just kind of holding you down physically, mentally, right? And that could be tough for a lot of people, right? And so for you, it came to a point, and it was funny, Chris. It was like around this time, right, where it was like the December, January, and you're like, you were kind of struggling over 200 pounds. And, you and I were chatting, and I guess since you've tried other things before, right? You've had other coaches, you had other programs, you've done like the circuit, boot camps, all that stuff. Like, when you and I were chatting, you wanted to do it, but what were also some hesitations for you that were maybe kind of just like holding you back?
With working with you specifically, you mean?
Yeah.
I, just I've definitely had some high highs and low lows with coaches I've worked with in the past. So that's always been in the back of my mind when I'm thinking about joining a new program or joining a new gym or leaving a gym. And so, I'd heard about you. We had been sort of followed each other for probably a couple of years. And I just, you had reached out a couple of times we always had like a nice, healthy exchange. But, wasn't, I guess, necessarily take that next step to join with you, just because based on experience I've had with coaches in the past and coaches I've had in the past, I've always worked with in person. So there was hesitation because we're not going to be together in person. You're not going to be able to correct my the way I'm lifting something or whatever. So there was hesitation there, but I looked at the community that you've built, which is phenomenal, and just watched some of your success stories from people and just um, the amazing things that they've said about this program, and that really um, motivated me to reach back out to you and to at least see what the program was all about. Hesitation for sure because of for instance, like the trainers that I've been working with in the past couple of years prior to joining your program. We had some great workouts, did lots of different types of workouts, lots of weight training, lots of cardio, different things, but none could ever really give me or get me on like macro counting diet plan and make it so easy. There just was so much less focus on what I was eating. Like some of them were like, I don't care what you eat what you want as long as you work out. And that just doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. And I don't know how many people it's going to work for. I mean, diet is just so important. I remember, speaking to coaches in the past and being like, well, I think I want to lose like 20 pounds. How can I do that? I know how to lose weight if I could starve myself or I could, whatever, I could run 40 miles a day, but how can I do it healthy, really keep it off, and be able to like maintain it going forward without doing something so extreme? And the answer I usually get would just be like, just burn more calories than you take in. Well, I get that, that's how you lose pounds, but there's got to be a healthy way to do it. And I also don't want to eat junk food. I don't want to eat food that's going to make me feel terrible after. So I could get these calories every day and they could be lower but feel like garbage, and I don't want that. So this program and the nutrition guides you put together and everything, like I know what I'm putting into my body, I'm going to feel good after, while being able to cut pounds and gain muscle.
No, I love it for sure. It's like we never want to put those restrictions in place, especially the holidays coming up and all those things. But yeah, no, I totally agree. I think also just I totally get the in person and that type of experience. And just the thing with nutrition, it's a huge part of that process. So I'm just glad we kind of helped you out in that aspect. That's definitely key. And so obviously, we've been working together. You lost quite a bit of weight, just, 215 to, 184. So that's results in itself. You're losing a lot of weight, but, talk about what kind of stands out to you, Chris, when you look back where you started to where you are right now. Like, what are some of the, biggest things that we were able to accomplish? Energy, confidence, weight loss, whatever comes to mind for you. What were the things that resulted in you kind of just taking action?
Well, hard to believe it's been a year, to be honest with you. We're coming up on a year, which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
But yeah, just said and then some. Confidence, clothes fitting better, me like taking shirts out of my closet that I haven't been able to wear in 5 years and not having to you know, like squeeze them together to be able to fit it. Like just being able to put clothes on with ease, like shopping. I feel better when I go shopping and look in the mirror. Everything. I mean, and when you, like I said before, like when you, I'm gonna keep going, but it looked like we cut out there. All
I
right,
hear
now I
you.
got you
You're
back.
good. You're good.
Um, but and part of that too, like it was a big deal for me to because part of your program is to take progress pics, and I remember taking them in the beginning. I was like, oh, I don't look that bad. I look, I feel, I could definitely use some work. But now, as the months have,
Ooh.
see me,
Yep. Good. Good.
I don't know, it's my internet or whatever, but anyways, like I look back now and I see the side by side, like that's such a great feature on your app, and I look at that side by side and I'm like, holy, like you don't even, they're so important because they really show, and not just for like vanity reasons, but they really show what the hard work that you're putting in and the consistency that you're making. You're not perfect every day, but if you can be as perfect as you can be when you can be, um, the pictures speak for themselves. So that's been huge for me. And again, you explaining the simplicity of what macros is was game changer for me because I just didn't, again, like I said, I thought it was just this big like gym bro thing where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to get this. Like it's really simple. This amount of protein, this amount of fat, this amount of carbs. Like it's really as simple as that, and it's worked wonders for me. So
Love it. Yeah, awesome, Chris. Appreciate that. And no, I definitely agree, especially with the progress pictures. It's like when you see it side by side, it's like, wow. Sometimes with us, Chris, like we see our bodies every day, and like sometimes it's hard to see those changes. But when you put it side by side, from day one to now, I know we talked about this, but you look like a completely different man. And so, those are the main focuses that, we have to really just put our mind to. And so on top of that, also, Chris, like, let's just say, outside of kind of fitness, energy, career, I remember we had like a call, and this was like 6 months ago, I think. And I believe, could be wrong, but it was like, I think you got a like promotion, right? I could be wrong. You got a promotion, which also, though, it like required a little bit, I think, just more responsibility, but you were able to take that on because you lost that weight. You felt good. So just kind of talk about outside of fitness, how has the weight loss just been helping you with your overall life?
certainly more, energy and stamina throughout the day. Like when you're going to bed and you're getting like, because I've always had, sleep issues, I guess, no consistency there. Like I'll just sleep 10 hours one night or 2 hours the next. And now I'm just sleeping so much better. So I'm 7, 8 hours a night, Monday through Sunday. That when you're able to live a healthy lifestyle during the day and then you can get some good sleep at night, that your brain the next day is all the better. When you're barely getting your sleep every night, you're waking up the next day and you're groggy, and how are you going to go to work and be your best self? And if you're a person like me who wants to continue growing in my
Mm.
workspace and climbing that ladder, so to speak, That's key. I mean, I have to be physically healthy in order for me to be mentally healthy. That they just go hand in hand. And so that has proven itself to be true every single day for me when I'm in the office. Um, yeah, it's huge. I mean, stamina, energy, it's up. And yeah, I have found, I mean, I'm not a morning person at all. But I have found on the days when I can drag myself up out of bed and get that workout in first,
Mm.
you know, pre-food. I work out better with, on an empty stomach, like pre-food, and then, eat something healthy, have my coffee. I'm amazing for the entire day. Like it really just works wonders.
Wow. Amazing. I love that. Appreciate you sharing that. And I think a lot of guys can relate, and they have it kind of like messed up, Chris, right? You could probably resonate. This might have been your mindset, before, where it's like, so many things are going on, really busy, just like you said, trying to climb that ladder in your career. And then they put themselves and their health in the back seat because, all right, I just want to focus on my career. But then that's when they get so stressed and their work clothes start getting tight and they're low on energy, right? So the fact with you, Chris, like you're putting yourself first, and then that's how you're seeing all these external changes in your career and your life, energy. I think that's just, really powerful. Does that make sense?
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. I love it. Perfect. And last thing is, let's just throw out some inspiration. If there's like some people listening and they were kind of in your position, right? Being at the over 200 pounds or just, kind of heavier. I know before with you, like, stomach area was a big thing. That's the case with a lot of guys listening and watching, and they want to make this change, not just vanity, but, confidence. They want to feel good, have more energy, and just age gracefully, right? We're not getting any younger. So we just want to make sure everything is good on that end. So if guys are listening and they're like, they want some maybe some final thoughts, inspiration, whatever it is, what would you kind of just say to them?
Sure. Well, again, like I said, earlier on, like, any hesitation that I had, joining this program, being it being an online program, went out the window almost immediately. Do your research. And by that, I mean, like, look into this program. If you're thinking about joining Danny and Brad and the crew, like there's going to be no regrets. And I promise you that. You need to find the right coach in the support system. And this is more than just coaching. I've worked with trainers over the years where it's like, you got your 45 minutes or an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then see you next week. Like there's nobody holding you accountable, nobody checking in. With Danny and with this program, you're getting check-ins most days, maybe not every, but every other. There's a support group of so many people who are constantly, you get to see everybody else's progress too, which is inspiring, and the workouts that people are making, and personal best that they're getting every day, meeting their, nutrition goals, like all of that is inspiring. And so when it's not just you going into it and you feel like it's not just you, but you're a part of a team, that is so incredibly beneficial. And also I would say, like, you just have to worry about today. Like today, wake up and say, I'm going to work out today and I'm going to eat healthy today. I'm not saying I can't go and party or whatever and have fun this weekend, have a day where I'm going to just, pig out or veg out or, have a couple of drinks. You can do all that and still get back on track the next day. So live for today, focus on today, make sure to work out today, and you could do all of that while still looking ahead. You can be present in today while still looking ahead and thinking, where do I want to be a year from now or 5 years from now or 10 years from now? And if it's better looking, better feeling, better mentally than you were right now, then that's more than enough reason to get started. I mean, your health and your well-being is the most important thing, full stop. And it's not a selfish thing, but because the benefit of all of that is that you will then be a better father or brother or whatever you are, mother, sister, husband, wife, friend, colleague, all of that. That's what I would say.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. I love it. Round of applause. Round of applause. That was good. No, I appreciate it. That's definitely inspiring because, it starts with today, just like you said, and having the, and I didn't tell Chris to say that and brag about the program. But, we do try and, care as much as we can for our clients. And I think just in general, find, just like, Chris said, find something that works for you and do your research, right? Are there, clients that are seeing success? That's why Chris is in the program, because he, heard other stories of clients succeeding. So always do your research. But I appreciate you, Chris, for just saying that about the program. And like, just something that kind of stands out to me is just last thing I want to touch on is how much for you, Chris, like you as a busy guy, demanding schedule, a lot of people like have your schedule and they kind of just like brush off their health goals. So for you, let me see 1 second. Let me make sure Chris is alive. Technical difficulties. 1 sec. Salvi, is that you? What's up, brother? 1 sec. Christopher. All right. Sal, what's up, man? 3 spots left, all right? Shit. I'm just playing with Sal. He's a good friend. Hey, thanks, bro. Hey, Chris. You all right?
I'm back, I think.
Oh, you got
I
abducted
guess,
by
yeah, I
aliens.
don't know what's happening.
No, you're
Yes,
good.
I'm
You're
back
good.
though.
You're good. No. I'm not sure how much you heard of the final question, but I was just talking about like how much I can just sense your energy in
You're
terms of
cutting
how
out
much.
again.
Oops. Damn. Let me know. We got really poor connection here. Sal, what's up, bro? I appreciate you tuning in, dude. Chris, can you hear me?
Can you see me, Dan? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I apologize, dude. I don't know if it's you
Yeah, it's
or
bad.
me. It's all good. Can you hear me?
Third time's a charm?
Yep. Yeah, I hope.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Perfect. Okay.
Let's try this one more.
Let's do it. We're almost done. Our audience is trying to bear with us.
Okay.
But I was just saying, I could just tell how much of a priority this is kind of for you compared to when you were over 200 pounds and all those things. So can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So I just want to know, what's kind of the mental switch for you? Like, what happened where it's like, damn, I need to make this a priority? Like, was it just how much better you felt? Because now it's like, this is a non-negotiable for you. So what was kind of the mental switch?
Just that. Yeah, exactly. I just, again, once you feel better, you just want to continue feeling better. You want to wake up and feel your best self. And you can't do that when you're not really focusing on that. Like, you make yourself a priority. And again, it's not a selfish thing. Make yourself your first priority, then everybody else is going to benefit. I'm not a parent, but I would imagine, me as a parent at 215 versus me as a parent at 184, I would just be a much better father to my children. I'd be more present. You know what I'm saying? I'd be able to do things with them. And that's the case with everything. I mean, I've got more energy to not, turn down, things that I was turning down before, because I was just like, oh, I'm sluggish. I don't feel well. I'm just gonna work. I'm just gonna focus. I'm gonna work 12 hours today. I'm gonna work 14 hours today. That's gonna be my life. And that's not life. That shouldn't be life. Like, you need to enjoy yourself and enjoy your life, and you're going to enjoy it so much more if you're mentally and physically fit.
Love it. So true. 100%. Yeah, I definitely agree. No, thank you so much for sharing. I wanted to know that mental switch for you is just, feeling better. And yeah, that's about it, dude. Any final thoughts? Anything at all?
Yeah, Danny's right. He did not tell me to say anything about his program, like, not at all, trust me. But I just want to say that it's just been truly life-changing for me. That might sound crazy or corny or whatever, but it really has been. Like, it's really not that much work, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, the workouts are there. They're hard. They can be tough, but they're doable, and you can do it, and you will continue to get stronger and lift heavier weights or whatever. And honestly, like, I know one of the when the check-in with Brad that happens every couple of weeks, I know one of the questions is like, how's your hunger level?
Mhm.
I love food. I love to eat. I come from a family where, you know, around, you know, food is like the main staple. So there's, you know, I love to eat. Honestly, I'm never like starving ever. Like if the food sustains me, it's good food. I feel good after I eat it. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking at all about hopping on board with DC Fit Fam.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you, dude. And yeah, no, I think that really stands out in terms of your hunger levels. I love how we're not doing this with restrictions, and you're not hungry, and we're not spending hours in a gym, right? So we're doing it the right way, and that's why I told you in the beginning a year ago, I'm like, we're gonna get you to under 200. We're gonna stay there, and that's gonna be, you know, the plan moving forward for good. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Awesome. Love it. All right. That is it before we freaking lose Wi-Fi forever. But no, Chris, really appreciate you. And, you know, like Chris said, if anybody just needs some guidance, some help, even just, you know, some resources to point in the right direction, send me a message. DMs are open. Chris, you could stay right there. Just hang tight. Everybody else, much love. Talk soon, and peace, love, and protein. See ya.